Mataji has pioneered temple projects in Soviet Union and extensively served in Ukraine, Sweden, Germany, Nepal, and Bangladesh. She is the founder of the Institute for Spiritual Culture and has established Bhakti Sangam Festival worldwide. She is also conducting holy name retreats that nourish the heart of devotees. And today, this is our greatest fortune that we will hear the glories of holy name with her grace. So, with gratitude and reverence, let us all invite Mataji by chanting one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra. You all can unmute yourself.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare.
Hare
Hare Krishna Mataji. Over to you, Mataji.
मेरे को बस वो 15 मिनट क्लास
So we start.
Yes,
Mataji.
yes, Mataji.
Because it's a little before 6, but no problem. All right, so thank you very much for allowing me to join your group this morning. Yes, as you heard, I usually like to conduct holy name retreats. Actually, I sent a poster to the person I was communicating with in order to advertise this holy name retreat in Ekachakradam. I conduct this every year over Christmas. This year it is 21st to 25th of December. So if you really want to get a deep experience of the holy name, then please join this 3-day event. There on this poster, you see my website, theholynameretreat.net. There you find all the different informations. All you have to do is register on the website and be in time in Mayapur or come directly to Ekachakra. I arrange everything. The transport from Mayapur to Ekachakradam, I arrange the transport, accommodation, prasadam, everything. All on donation basis. The actual expense comes to about 3,500 rupees per person. But I firmly understand that actually our culture is not to charge fixed prices, but everybody should give what they can give. And those who are a little better off, they should give more, and those who are not so well off, they should not be barred from joining this event. I've been doing this for many years, for over 10 years, so it's a very sweet and deep experience. So please, if you want to get some good experience, then please join this retreat. Because, let me begin with our little discussion today. The chanting of the holy name is actually such a deep secret in science. And in these modern days, our life is so fast and full of distractions. So very difficult to really keep this undivided attention when we chant. And that's exactly why we need to sometimes take out some time and have our undivided attention on the holy name. So in this retreat, usually I recommend people switch off your mobile phone for the whole 3 days. Not so many people even can do it. People are so addicted to the mobile phone. So, but if you switch off your mobile phone, if you have this mood, nothing is more important than the holy name. Everything can wait until the retreat is over. Then you actually enter a different reality. It's very powerful. See, and this is why I personally even live without a mobile phone. I don't have one, and I don't want one out of that very reason, because it's so distractive. Yes. So I travel all around the world. Actually, and this introduction was about 20 years old. These days, I'm traveling so much wider: Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, US, Canada, all around Europe. I mean, my God, and I've published 5 books or so. And. So yeah, I mean, I travel all around the world, but without a mobile phone. So this is possible. Prabhupada also did it. Of course, as you see, I have a laptop, otherwise I wouldn't be able to talk to you. But that laptop I don't carry around with me all the time, you see. But the phone is one of the main distractions in chanting. And it steals all our time, or the social media, you know. So in any case, yeah, this chanting is not easy to really dive into, because our life is so full of distractions and so fast and so much stimulation that not so easy to really put everything aside and really deeply focus. So in these retreats, they help us to polish up our chanting habits. So as we all know, there's 10 offenses to chanting the holy name. And then there's also an 11th offense, which is to be inattentive while chanting. So, and this inattentiveness takes place on 3 levels: on the level of the body, on the level of the mind, and on the level of the heart. So, of course, the heart is the most crucial level of inattentiveness or attentiveness. And as we know, the process of bhakti is meant to transform the heart. But in order for the heart to be transformed, the heart has to be involved. Otherwise, it doesn't transform the heart. So very easily we miss all these subtle things. So let us very briefly understand inattentiveness on the level of the body means we do something else while we chant, right? There is a wide variety of versions how we can be inattentive on the level of the body. I can show you the most common one. As I just explained, we have the hand in the bead bag and we think, oh, this is Krishna's, Mahaprabhu's arrangement that I still have this finger here. So I can scroll on my mobile and quickly type a few messages and, you know, I see it all the time. People have their mobile next to them, and at every little noise it makes, they have to check, maybe it's something important. And. So, but of course, that's not the only way of being inattentive. There's also, you know, well, doing anything that can be moving things around in the kitchen, or being on the computer, or going shopping, looking at things on the market, or talking to somebody while we have the hand in the bead bag, or even attending a class. You know, the mood basically is that we want to maximize our time. That we think, oh, I want to be in the class, but unfortunately I have these rounds left. So, all right, let me just sit in the back of the class and chant quietly my rounds and get them done. And at the same time, I'm in the class. Yes. So maximizing our time, having this mood, somehow I have to get these rounds out of the way. And our joy of chanting comes from the rounds being finished and not from chanting the holy name. Oh, thank God I finished, you know. So with this mood, we don't get very far in our chanting. So, and also another mood is there that we want to pass this boring japa time in a more pleasing and entertaining way by going for some nice walks in nature and looking at the birds and the bees and the trees and the flowers. Or we just sit on the computer and look at all different darshans, the darshan in Mayapur and the darshan in Vrindavan and in New York and Los Angeles and wherever it may be. So, you know, just, yeah, distracting ourselves in some pleasing way. You know, so of course, if we look at one picture and really prayerfully call out to Krishna, that's a different thing. But if we just consume some visual stimulations here by looking at all kinds of different pictures of deities, then this is inattentive chanting, even though we are looking at deities, you know, so it's very subtle. So, of course, sometimes people say, well, didn't Prabhupada say we should be chanting 24 hours? Yes, of course, we can chant while driving the car and all that, but we should not count them, these rounds. Can everybody mute themselves so we don't have this background noise? So, yes, you know, we don't count these chanting as rounds. So no need to even count them. That is extra chanting. But our prescribed number of rounds, we should be chanting with undivided attention, not doing anything else. Some of you may have the habit of sometimes chanting on a clicker, on a counter. So please throw out these counters. They should not even be sold in our temple shops because it is the surest way to inattentive chanting. You can click with the left hand, right hand. You don't even have to finish one round. I mean, it's complete nonsense. It's nonsense. So these clickers, these counters, they should be banned. Yes. So much to the inattentiveness on the level of the body. So then comes inattentiveness on the level of the mind, which basically means we use this japa time for a plan-making session, planning the shopping list, the next preaching program, the trip to Mayapur, Vrindavan, and. So that's one of the mind's functions that we like to make plans. So, but yeah, this is also inattentiveness. Or if some certain topics are going around in our mind in circles again and again and again. So this is false ego actually driving us and torturing us and driving us in circles there. Very often when we think it is the mind, actually, once we know a little bit more about the false ego, then we realize it's actually the false ego behind it that uses the mind as a tool to get the gratification what the false ego wants. Yeah, so it's a whole big topic. One of my books is called The False Ego, Our Constant Companion and Troublemaker. And that book actually is a whole chapter about chanting. It's like a summary of a holy name retreat. So you can get it in Mayapur, Vrindavan, and the bookshops there, Rasa Bihari Lal, and the temple shops, and also Mayapur, Namhata gift shop, and so on. So yes, so much about the inattentiveness on the level of the mind. So we are just very quickly touching upon these aspects, because I don't want to spend my whole japa time here talking about chanting, because I have a busy day today and I want to chant. So in any case, then we have the most crucial level, the inattentiveness on the level of the heart. So now we may have heard Prabhupada's instruction and analogy he has given us, that we should chant like a child crying out in desperation, in helplessness. So, but we can ask ourselves, are we chanting like that? No, we are usually not. Why? Because we don't feel helpless. Again, false ego. That's why Mahaprabhu says, Trinadapi Sanichana, we actually have to be more humble than a blade of grass and more tolerant than a tree, which means false ego has to be dissolved. So therefore, there is no use even in making attempts to get on deeper levels of chanting, if not parallel. We work on our false ego. That was my realization after, conducting so many holy name retreats for years and years and years. I one day realized our chanting will just be like an elephant taking bath. What does the elephant do? Immediately he throws back all the dirt on his back with his trunk. So that's what we do, because we just go back into our false ego patterns of behaviors, and we are stuck there, and we can't, cultivate this mood of actually feeling helpless and crying out in desperation. So that's why our attempts of getting on deeper levels of chanting will only be fruitful if at the same time we work on our false ego. And that's a whole big topic. I usually give a 10-hour seminar on this in Mayapur. You can find it on one of my websites. Or come and attend it, that's even better. Or get the false ego book. And then you will realize, oh my God, yes, I've been just protecting and defending my false ego all my life. And that's why I don't feel helpless like that. So now, the last point I want to make, let us remember that this chanting has no other purpose than re-establishing our lost and forgotten relationship with Krishna. That's the purpose of chanting, not to feel happy and have a happy life and, conquer over disease and all that. No, that's not why we chant. We chant to reconnect with Krishna, because Krishna and the holy name are non-different. So by chanting, we actually can get the same benefit as meeting Krishna face to face. But this can only be received, that benefit, if we actually mindfully turn to Krishna when we chant, feelingly call out to him, appeal to him. Only then our chanting actually makes a difference in our relationship with Krishna, But if we neglect Krishna, we completely ignore Krishna's presence. We are not mindfully deep in the heart, turn to Krishna and call out to him. Krishna, I need you. I know you are there. Please accept me. If we don't chant like that, then our chanting will not do anything in regards to our relationship with Krishna. So in this Japa retreat or Holy Name retreat in Ekachakra, we are doing all kinds of interesting, exercises and sharing and this and that in Japa and Kirtan. It's quite a powerful thing, So, And actually, His Holiness Satchidananda Swami, you probably have heard him or maybe have met him even, he likes to call this chanting where we don't turn to Krishna. He calls this empty medicine capsule. From outside, it looks like the real thing, but no, there's no medicine inside, therefore no effect. That's what this empty capsule is doing. So on the retreat, for many people, this is a complete eye-opener. Sometimes I had Prabhupada disciples there, they shared, wow, now I'm realizing I've been taking empty capsules for the last 45 years. I've not been chanting the holy name. I've been doing something else. Just walking around doing this, just mechanically getting these rounds done, blabbering them down, my God, yeah. So, and that's often what people realize when they attend such a retreat. And I can speak for myself. I mean, I've been practicing now for 40 years full time. I've never worked or anything else. So, and for these 40 years, probably the first 20 years were guaranteed empty capsules. I never even heard anything about these things because we always only emphasize the numbers, how many rounds we are chanting, but nobody asks, what kind of capsules are you taking? Full ones, empty ones, that nobody asks. And the same thing is there also in Kirtan. If we don't feelingly call out to Krishna, begging him, please accept me, filling our chanting with longing for the relationship, then our kirtan is empty capsule. It's maybe some pleasant music, but not more than that. Not more than that. It will not bring about bhakti in our heart. Yes. So, and another interesting thing is, going back to the point of the child crying out to Krishna, to his parents, to his mother. So the child crying out in desperation for his mother does not have the problem of a wandering mind, right? The child does not say, oh, strange, every time I'm crying for my mother, I'm thinking of so many other things, who to play with, what to play, where to play. No, the child does not have that problem because in the child's mind, there is no place, no space for any other thought except, where is my mother? I need her right now. So, and that very clearly gives us the solution to our wandering mind. It's to involve the heart and turn to Krishna, feelingly calling out to him. That is the solution. Otherwise, often we hear the question, what do we do when the mind wanders? Yes, pull it back in here. Okay, that's a good start, but it's not everything. We have to involve the heart. Otherwise, we end up in a boxing match with the mind. We pull back the mind in here, and then, okay, for 2 mantras, it's okay, and then the mind carries us again. We pull it back in here. So there we got the boxing match with our mind. That's not getting us anywhere. So the solution is to bring the holy name to the level of the heart and feelingly call out to him. And it's very logical and simple. We know from our daily life, the first step to develop a relationship is by being mindful of the person's presence. That we turn to him, we realize, oh, there is a person, that person has some needs, some feelings, I should serve that person, and we interact. And the same thing is there with Krishna, First step to develop a relationship with Krishna is by being mindful that he's there and feelingly call out to him. But we can easily completely miss this point. We actually can cut Krishna out of the picture completely in our so-called Krishna consciousness. You know, we are so busy running, so many things to do, so many services, and you know, so many ambitions, big plans. But hey, what am I doing for my relationship with Krishna? Where is he in my life? So, yeah, we can completely cut him out of the picture. But at the moment of death, our relationship with Krishna, that's the only thing we are allowed to keep. Everything else, which is now so important to us, you know, our job, our studies, our family, our house, this, that, paying back our mortgage, whatever, at the moment of death, no significance. Curtain closes, show is over. The only eternal reality is my relationship with Krishna, nothing else. And if we don't establish this relationship through the chanting, then we will realize, oh my God, I missed the whole point. I blew it again. I have no relationship with Krishna, you know, so, and we don't want to have that happening, right? Okay, so my time is up here, 6:20, and I definitely want to continue chanting now. So one more time, if you want to get a deep experience, please come to this Holy Name retreat. It will be life-changing for you, transforming. You will not regret it, okay? If you somehow can fit it in, please do that. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for inviting me to share a few thoughts.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji, for this power pack and enchanting Japa talk. So, Mataji has told us that nothing is more important than holy name. We should put aside all our distraction, and the most distracting stuff is our mobile phone. So, ideally, we should switch off it. And secondly, Mataji has also told us that how we commit offense on the level of our body, mind, and heart. And if we engage our heart in chanting, then we can avoid all these offenses on the level of body, on the level of mind, and definitely our heart will be engaged in the chanting. So thank you so much, Mataji. Let us all thank Mataji with the core of our heart by chanting one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra. You all can unmute yourself. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you at the Holy Name retreat. Hare Krishna. Hare
Krishna, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.